Where is home? I don't really know where home is. I guess I've never really known. Well, that's a lie. I used to think home was in Beijing when I was younger. I think it's because I was always there with all my friends and I had grown up with so many people, even if a lot of them left all the time. And it was kind of weird because I would always go back to the Philippines while I was living in Beijing because my family members, or at least my relatives, were in the Philippines. I guess I found it kind of strange how every summer I used to go and visit them, and then I'd come back to a place where I'd call home in Beijing, where all my friends were and my school and my parents were. It was kind of confusing. I traveled a lot. I've been to South Korea, to Hanoi, Inner Mongolia. I went on a road trip around America. I remember going to Texas for the first time, and it was so hot. I thought I was gonna melt or evaporate as soon as I walked out the door. I swear my face felt like a frying pan. I also remember the winters in Beijing. They were really cold. But somehow after a few years of living there, I managed to walk outside in a t-shirt while it was snowing. And it was like negative 10 degrees. But it's weird because now that I live in London and it gets cold, like not even that cold, maybe like 3 degrees, 5 degrees, I'm freezing. Maybe it's because I've lived here for a while now and I've adapted to it. I don't know. Where is home? I really don't know why people ask where home is all the time, or where I'm from, or how come I don't look like where I say I'm from. I think it's weird that they really need to know a specific location to be content with my answer. When I tell them I come from the Philippines, but I've lived in Beijing and Hong Kong and London and that I've traveled so much, they kind of start to question my age. I know I'm only 24. But my parents moved when they were young, and we moved with them. And since then, it's been kind of normal for me to just kind of move around. And I have family members around the world, too, so I go visit them. It's not weird that I go visit them. I mean, people visit their family members all the time. Where is home? I found that home isn't really a place. For me, it's more of a feeling. It's not exactly a feeling, but it can be. Home, I guess, kind of changes for me depending on who I'm with, what I'm doing, what I'm missing, what I'm feeling. When I miss my best friend, I guess my home is in Sweden, even if I've never been there, because, well, she lives there. And I feel at home when I'm with her. And then when I'm homesick, like family sick, I guess home is wherever they are. Because even when I think I miss Beijing, really I miss my parents or my brother and my sisters. And sometimes my brother's not even in the same country as my parents, so I guess home can be divided all at one time. Home for me is also new experiences. When I'm in a new airport, I feel so at home. It's a really strange feeling. I've never been to the places that are new because they're new. But the feeling I get is a feeling I've had before. And every time I have a new experience or I have a new feeling, I guess, of experiencing something new, I just feel at home. I feel at home on plane rides. I feel at home when my eardrums almost pop on the plane, and when I go slightly deaf. I feel at home drinking from the paper cups on the plane and getting the free Coke, Sprite, wine. Even the airplane food makes me feel at home. At least the smell. I don't really like it. It's not that I'm picky, I just prefer not to eat airplane food. I've been on so many airplanes that I kind of have a drill at an airport. Before I ride the plane, I need to eat food. And then just before boarding, I need to get a snack so I can have it on the plane in case I get hungry. And then sometimes, depending on the airline, I'll eat part of their breakfast. But I always drink their coffee, no matter what. That's why I like black coffee, because you can drink it anywhere and it pretty much tastes fine, no matter where you go. Where is home? Something I do in London when I start to get a homesick feeling is eat Chinese food. It's really strange because I know that home isn't there anymore. And if I were to go back to Beijing, I would feel out of place. I know I don't belong there because I don't even have a long-term visa. I would have to get a tourist visa to stay there for a short period of time. Then I'd have to leave and go back in. And I can't work there. And all my friends have left from high school and middle school and elementary. So really what I go back to is some of the same places that I used to see. And the Great Wall, I mean, that's always there. But the people I used to feel at home with aren't there anymore. So it's weird that I eat Chinese food when I miss home. Sometimes I'll have friends from Beijing who are in London and I eat Chinese food with them, and that feels a lot like home. It's a really comforting feeling. I celebrate Christmas. I used to celebrate it much more, but now that I've moved away from my family, I celebrate it a bit less. It's not as extravagant because in the Philippines, we always have a massive Christmas. I have a lot of relatives, so we always get together and we eat a lot of food and we stay up all night and we drink and we party and dance, and that's something we do over there. In Beijing, we didn't really spend many Christmases in Beijing because we would always go back to the Philippines. But in London, I don't really celebrate it much, I guess. Sometimes I'll go back to see my family. Other times I'll just kind of stay here and celebrate it with the people I have here. Not that I'm complaining. I'm happy that I know so many people around the world. Where is home? I think the question that third culture kids should be asking themselves is what is home instead of where it is. Because for all of us, or at least most of us, it's almost impossible to figure out where exactly home is, especially if we don't know where we're going to retire, where we want to live for a long time, where any of our relatives want to live for a long time, if they move around a lot, all of that stuff. So the question should really be, what is home? And I think when we figure out what that is, then we can start to feel at home almost all the time. So I guess what is home to me are the people I love, the places I've never been, the places I have been, the things I've never seen, the things I've never experienced, all the things I've experienced, all the cultures I've been surrounded by. Yeah. I guess that's home.